Well, hello there, and good day. Thank you for joining me. I'm Frost PDP. Happy Saturday. Today we're gonna talk about Crusader Kings 2. Not really play it. We're gonna do some actual math and calculations and whatnot, and I'm just gonna see what I know. This is almost like a test for me, because I didn't record anything Saturday-esque last week. This would be episode 39 of my Robert's Revenge campaign, but it's also like a tips and tutorial episode, so we'll just try to follow along and see what we get. We have some good music playing in the background for you. And we're looking at my campaign, and we're making the decision what empire to go for, because in the end I want empire title. And it turns out I already fit the land requirements, which I consider to be the hardest in some cases, to form the Empire of Carpathia. We're Hungary in this game. I'm not going to get into specifics about diplomacy other than to say I'm allied to England. I've been on generally good terms with the HRE, and France is broken, and I've basically got the Duchy of Flanders and another duchy that I can't think of off the top of my head. I also have a nice chunk of Wales, which is essential to this discussion, so be aware, Wales. We're going that direction. So the Empire of Carpathia is a de jure empire. This empire. What I have selected is my kingdom, so you can see the glowing outline, and I own most of that. No, it went to empire. I went to my de jure empire that I have selected here. Never mind, I lied. The point is, I control the Kingdom of Hungary completely. And yes, the Kingdom of Wallachia, I apparently have enough land to create as well, but I have no need for it. Right? I mean, I guess that does help in one sense. If I needed a second kingdom title to create it, I have Hungary and then I would have Wallachia. But I wasn't even considering the Wallachia route, so let's just ignore that for now, although it's got similar requirements. So this might actually be the best route to go, but it's not what I have pre-built into my notes, because I was considering Wales, because I wanted Ireland and then I was going to consider Britannia, but this is the better way. That's the point, right? Like, if you know anything about the geography of this game, you know that I've just said a lot of essential things. If you don't, you know I just said a lot of essential things you don't understand. That's my point, right? This is for you to get a better understanding of how this works. So, this is the Empire of Carpathia. It's a nice chunk of land. It's adjacent to the Byzantines, which isn't the best attack route, but it's also adjacent to other kingdoms that are nearby that are pagan that I can use CBs against and have just ease of rapid growth, right? Here's my point. I need an empire tier title to have kingdom tier vassals. I am a kingdom tier character as designated by the fact that I'm in the top left corner, and I have a gold ring around my character. Gold means king. I want what this guy has, this purple gemstone crown. That's my goal. So the question becomes, how do I get it? You have to create the empire title. To do that, you have certain requirements. If I'm trying to form Carpathia, I need, first of all, just to create the kingdom, I need to hold 2 kingdom titles. I only currently hold 1, but I have the land to create 2 others now. I need 400 piety to create a kingdom. I think that is a typo. And I need 572 ducats. And I don't really consider ducats to be an obstructionary cost because I get 18 a month. Like, once I have all the other things in place, the piety is the question here for me. These things will grow quickly. Money will come. I can always ransom dumb vassals. There's always ways to make money. There are not always ways to make piety, which is why the number 2.53 is important. That's going to come into play later as well. In fact, let's make it come into play now. I'm going to tab out of my CK2 and move my open office folder up. Right? Now, I have open office. This is what I use to run my word processing stuff. You should be able to see the calculator in the top right, and then you should see the WordPad file, and you should see underneath is the game. I have a layer for the game, but that's not what you're looking at because of the way that open broadcast software works. Now I'm working with 2 things entitled open, so that second word will be key. Let's see how often I screw that up. The calculator is Microsoft Classic. We all know it. And really the calculations that I need to make are how long is this going to take based on the piety demands. So I make 2.53 piety, right? 2.53. Let's just put that number in right into the calculator so we remember it. I'm going to tab back to Open Office, Kingdom of Wales. I need Hungary, I already own it. I have all the requirements in. Right? Wales not owned. I'm just going to add alternative Wallachia. Similar, it's no, I don't want that bold. Okay. Whatever, I'll italicize it then. So I need 81 out of 88% land control, which I have. I need 2 kingdom titles, which I have one, and I can own the second. Right, so I put in a sub thing, and it's actually the same for Wallachia. Which would really be great if I want claims against the Byzantines. But there's one claim I can press against what's left of De Huebarth, so I want to be able to press that before Britain can press it, and that's just one more province I'll own. So, Britain, I mean England, because it's on its way to becoming, it's a baby Britannia, it's gonna form. So I need 200 piety just for that. But I also need 400 piety for the rest of it. So let's add this up. I need 400 plus 200 piety equals 600, right? This is basic math, so I don't even need the calculator. I need 572 ducats plus, and I should probably go a little slower here. I need 600 at rate of 2.53 month. Right? So I need 600 at a rate of 2.53, and I need 572 ducats plus 382 ducats, which actually I do need the calculator for, because that's like, once I go beyond tens in mental math, I get lost. I'm not an accountant or a math genius or a physics professor. 572 plus 382 equals 954. So I need 954 at rate approximately 18 month. Right, because, yeah, I don't even really need that extra ducat. Just to see how this all plays out. So, the first number I need is the piety. Total need piety is going to be 600 divided by 2.53. So we go to our calculator, 600 divided by 2.53, 237.15. 5 months, which adds up to, divided by 12. Oops, I actually went to my open office and typed in divide by 12. That's not what you meant to do, Frost. Let's try that again. Divide by 12. 19.7. Now, there are things I can probably do to change that. I could probably go with a different focus, increase my learning, get religious traits, build temples even, because 19 years is significant. If the only other thing holding me back is the financial cost of creating that, well, at $18 per month, and I'm saving up for something else, but let's just pretend we're going to go with 954 divided by 18, it's 53 months. Although there's more volatility in this. 954 divided by 18 equals 53 months. Divided by 12 equals 4.41. So even though 4.41 years is a long time, you can raise that in many other ways that you can just click buttons to raise. Even if you have to borrow money from the Jewish merchants, that's a way to get money. So that's why I don't consider finance to be an inhibiting cost. Like, I have the money, right? That's all in place. The piety, that's harder to raise. It's just slower, and it only raises. I'll show you the contributions, and that involves going back to Open Broadcast Software and moving Open Office down. Move down. My piety in the top right corner, which you can't even see because I have the calculator blocking it, as a matter of fact, so I actually have to move the calculator down 2 spots. I know, right? We're getting technical with our OBS. I don't usually do this. not my usual episode format, but I figure it's important enough of a decision for this campaign to make. Because ultimately this isn't an achievement run, but I'd like to see things happen to it. I need 2.53 piety per month. I have 87 already. So that number's a little deceptively high, but for something that only grows 2.53, and that can take hits from other actions, it's just worth considering. So I get the Finger of St. John plus 0.5, I get the Counselor's Hunting Apostates 0.51, which I actually didn't realize I got from Hunting Apostates, but I'll take it. Learning is 0.62 monthly, so I can directly raise this number by raising my learning score, which could be a focused decision, especially since I'm at 5 out of 7 provinces. I don't need a high stewardship right now. Piety from vassal buildings, 0.4, so that's like my hospitals and stuff, and then technology is a modifier of 25%. So technology is the first place I would look to actually increase this score. And I believe it's Majesty. Yes, Majesty is 6.2% every level. But it requires 500 and I only have 62, so that's not coming anytime soon. I've been stacking noble customs to keep factions down. I've kept factions down. I have the only people factioning against me really are counselors, and discontent for this new character wears off, in a month to a month and a half. So that's okay. At this point, I'm almost completing like a preload-in evaluation of my current state. Like, let's say I haven't played in 5 days. At this point, after making a big decision, I'm just going to recheck all the little ones, see if there's anything I'm missing. Like, for example, how I can create the Kingdom of Wallachia without having to worry about Britain. But the reason I'm creating the Kingdom of Britain, or the Kingdom of Wales, rather, let me start again. Alright, I could create the Kingdom of Wallachia, de jure kingdoms mode, this. But when you look at independent realms, you see that a lot of that's owned by the Byzantines, and they're fairly strong. Which means any war to take a single county de jure, which is how you have to do it, single counties, just takes forever. It's not worth a giant war when you have holy war CBs you can use. Right? That's a basic guiding tenet of CK2. Holy war, holy war, holy war. It's the point of the game. It might be why CK2 feels more expansionist than EU4. EU4, you actually have like a different goal, sort of. You're more managing a country. But I want to create Wales, because de jure Wales includes this province here, Perfwiddled. I can't say that. But it's an independent single count. It's what's left of de Huebarth. And I can get a de jure claim on it, which would allow me to immediately declare war on it the second I have a de jure claim and just take this one county. Why do I care about one county? Am I going to give it to a vassal? Well, look at that. That's pretty decent land. And guess what? I'm at 5 out of 7 domain. So having more domain wouldn't hurt. Although I do eventually want to push for not Gavelkind. I most definitely want to get Empire tier before I have to worry about, building those extra kingdoms. I'm sorry. That's not quite accurate. I'd rather have the Empire tier because it might eliminate some of those problems. And that way, if I have to do any realm retooling, like let's say it's got a de jure government type, like the Holy Roman Empire, I believe, is de jure elective. Whenever you form the Holy Roman Empire, it must be elective. I don't know what the Empire of Carpathia has. I could probably go on a wiki and look it up, but I'm going with the information presented to me by the game, and it doesn't say. Like if you go to laws, it'll tell you the laws of Hungary, but there's no de jure button to click de jure laws of the empire that your kingdom is within. Maybe there should be, but there isn't. I'm in the Kingdom of France as well. I own land there, and I'm allowed to vote in it because of the type of empire it is. Hereditary Despotic Kingdom. You should be able to hover over this, and it should tell you what a hereditary despotic kingdom is. Just like it does with all these other things. But in order to do an inheritance law change right now, to primogeniture, I have to reign for 10 years. No vassal account has negative opinion. You could buy that out. Usually you could buy that out. But I need high crown authority to do that, and that's tricky because I'm currently at, well, what is High Crown Authority these days, right? They've changed the game so much. Inheritance, it's High Crown Authority, but is that just council stuff? Like, I don't necessarily know what that means. Right? Am I reading this wrong? Primogeniture. Oh, has conclave enabled. So, alright, so then I have conclave enabled, so that's why. See, I wish you could pin a tooltip up on the map and look it over instead of copying what I did, so I can use an image and just change the image file. That'd be great. I could technically print, screenshot this and then edit the file, but I can't do that in game. It's almost like taking a whiteboard to your CK2. That's kind of how I visualize it. But at this point I'm getting metacognitive, and as fun as that could be, that's a completely different video. I want to thank you all for joining me. If you enjoy this format, please leave a like, let me know. If you don't, please leave a dislike, let me know. Leave a comment, tell me what you got out of this, what I could do better, how it could help you better if I did more of these in the future. Subscribe to this channel. I give little tips here and there. I also do a regular daily series. And as always on this channel, La Paz.